somebody said, "Oh, you down $10,000? Go ahead and talk about that." To that person, you guys seen just in the DJN Uchia account, I was down $10,000. I'm up $13,000 in my flipping account, and I only started this account towards the end of last year, like around December. So within the past 3 months, you guys see what I'm doing. So to that person that's commenting that, this is what I did in 3 months, and this is what is going on YouTube. It's O'Neal from Tap to O'Neal, and man, it's been another crazy week. Like I keep saying that, I feel like I say that every week, but it's like it's the truth. Like week after week, it's just been getting crazy and crazier. Right now, what's going on? The U.S. and Israel have struck Iran, and this report saying that the Iranian leader was caught in the rubble or caught in the fire or whatever, and is pronounced dead. I don't know how true that is. I'm not gonna, you know, focus on that too much. We here to focus on the market and talk about what the moves are in the market and what we can expect. Obviously, it's gonna be a lot of uncertainty. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive straight into it. I'm gonna pull up the screen recording so you guys can follow along with me. I'm gonna tell you guys what's been going on in that account. So as you guys can see right now, we're sitting at $36,197.16. Currently up $65.86 on the day. That just changed. Let's see how we did on the week. We're down about $1,563.76 on the week. Not too bad, but I kind of wanted to close out the week a little bit stronger, like closer to the $40,000. But you guys know my crypto or my portfolio is heavily weighted in crypto. So when crypto moves big, my portfolio is gonna move big, like thousands of dollars, and that's just like the double-edged sword with crypto. There's gonna be down times, but if you're like me, I can handle it. I can stomach my account being down this much when crypto is down. I make money. I find other avenues of making money, and yeah, I just keep it pushing, just constantly investing, keep constantly investing. So I said we're down about 1,500 on the week. Our buying power is at 15,000 at $589.72. Margin total is at $46,150.40. Margin used is at $30,537.73. I am like probably in about, I want to say, 4 months, I'm gonna be heavily paying down this margin. Like you guys know, last year I was doing $1,000 weekly deposits. I'm not gonna promise that it's gonna be $1,000 weekly deposits in the coming months, but expect me to be depositing some amount of money, um, in the next coming months, or even not starting soon. We'll see. I got things to handle. We'll see, but I just want to throw that out there for you guys. Here are the options that we still have active. We had a good week. In terms of options, it's saying that we're down $165. I don't know how true that is. I don't think it's too true, but I'll go run through the options. So you see all my options expired, worthless. You guys see my NVIDIA option, my NVIDIA X option, which is the leverage ETF that tracks NVIDIA, my SoFi call option, MSTU call option, all of that expired, worthless. And then one thing that I started to do was I actually started participating in day trading. Um, Friday was my first day actually actively day trading. I've day traded in the past, but not as active as I have on Friday. You guys can see, if you guys were in the Discord, you got the update on what my plays were. I told you guys to jump in whatever plays that I was getting in. I was pretty much placing calls on the VIX. No, not on the VIX, on SPY. I came out about $281 in profit in that one day. I dedicated probably about 3 hours to that trading, to the trading. You guys let me know in the Discord. I'll yeah, I can't remember what it is, but I was pretty much showing you guys a screenshot. So here it was. You guys see all my buys, and then all the times that I closed out. So yeah, here's one for $15 in profit. Here's one for $50 in profit, and here's another one for $60 in profit. And this is just on my DJN Uchia account. Also, what we did, we closed out those VIX puts. We did take a slight loss on it because I ended up rolling the put out. I think it was supposed to expire last week, but I ended up rolling it out to this week, and then I seen a good opportunity to get out, so I closed it out. Here's one for closing out for $35 in profit. I honestly wanted more. And then here's another one for closing out for $224 in profit. This is the one that I rolled, so it kind of is skewed a little bit, but it's saying that I'm down because of this. And then also here's the money that I got paid out from those covered calls. $5 from the SoFi, $15 from NVIDIA X, $125 from NVIDIA itself. And yeah, that's it for this week. Yeah, that's it from this week. And hold on. Yeah, that's it for this week. And also, somebody mentioned in my comments this, right? Somebody said, "Oh, you down $10,000? Go ahead and talk about that." To that person, I want you to realize something. Last year was my first year trading options. So this was from the beginning of last year. I took that big loss, as you guys can see. That was my first time really getting into options and stuff like that. And also, here's me being transparent with you guys. I'm being transparent with you guys. You guys see what I'm doing on a weekly basis. I'm making money. It may not be a crazy amount of money, but honestly, understand that I'm making money either through covered calls, cash secured puts, day trading, whatever. I'm making money in the market, and here's a reflection of this stuff. I'm not, sitting here joking around about this stuff. Here's the proof that I'm making the money. And then let's go ahead and switch over to my flipping account real quick. Let me talk my stuff, right? So here's my flipping account. You guys see I got $40,155.42 in this account. I have all my holdings within SoFi. I'm currently down in the position, but also let's talk about the realized profit and loss let's go all time. So all time, you guys seen just in the DGen UG account, I was down $10,000. I'm up $13,000 in my flipping account, and I only started this account towards the end of last year, like around December. So within the past 3 months, you guys see what I'm doing. So to that person that's commenting that, this is what I did in 3 months, and this was all. And if we really talking about it, I did this in 1 month. You see that big spike right there? I made. Is it gonna show? Made what, 9,000? Came up $9,000 profit. That was off of IREN. That's in 1 month. We about to be in March now, but I did that in January. So this is just to go and show you, what you can do when it comes to options. Yeah, I took a big loss last year because I was just getting used to options and trading and all that stuff. But make no mistake, I know what I'm doing. You want me to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it, and I'm being transparent about it. Here we go. You want to see all this stuff? It's all green. All green. I think I only took one loss right here. It's a SoFi call. All green. I play no games. Transparency is here. So go ahead, talk that talk. Talk that talk. I showed you the proof. Let's go. Talk that talk. So here's my options on this week. $290. I also placed some SPY calls. I had cash secured put on IREN. That expired worthless. One contract, and then I had a cover call on SoFi, and I was trading on SPY. So this was the options for this week. So I made $116 off the IREN cash secured put and $20 off the cover call on SoFi. And then for the SPY not cover call. So for the SPY call that I placed, I made $156. And here's the profit. Here's all that stuff. So you guys can check and see the details. Listen, I'm being transparent. Not all YouTubers gonna do this, show you all this stuff on the fly. I'm being straight up and telling you exactly what it was. I dropped all this stuff in the Discord. And remember, Discord is free to join. You guys can join up on the Discord if you want to. I'm going to talk my talk because I could talk, Like, I'm really doing this stuff. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to flex. None of this was financial advice. But, like, come on, bro. All right, come on. Let's be for real. Now, let's talk about the bad. Now, my SoFi. My position on SoFi is bad. It's bad. I ain't gonna lie, I'm down like $13,400 on my SoFi position. But remember, this is a long-term play. I got assigned these shares at an average cost of $24.38, and I'm willing to hold SoFi until this thing goes green. And I'll keep selling cover calls, but I'm gonna be a little bit cautious on my cover calls because I want to make sure I capture more of that upside. I learned from my mistake on IREN. I sold my cover call a little bit too close to the money, and the IREN just spiked. IREN since then has pulled back to my average cost of where I originally got it out at. But you get in and you get out. You take your profits. Do not get mad if you take profits. It's better to take profits than take a loss. So I'm gonna keep selling cover calls, and I'm gonna wait for SoFi to keep going back up. This is a stock I believe in, and this is a stock that I believe that will be added to the S&P 500. And once it gets that inclusion into the S&P 500, this thing's gonna run. Just letting you guys know. Not financial advice, of course. You choose to do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying what I'm doing. I'm expressing my thoughts, and that's that. Let's leave it at that. Speak on the traditional IRA. You guys know I just hold Nvidia in this account. Currently down on the position. I have $164. I wanted to put this to use, but the market was fluctuating a little bit too much. But here's my position, down $58 on the Nvidia. Nvidia had its pullback after its earnings, which was a little bit crazy, but that's what the theme has been for the past 3 months. There's going to be good earnings, and then even after good earnings, the stock usually flops. It's not just Nvidia, but Nvidia just is a big key player. So when it dropped after its earnings, it took the rest of the market with it, and also this war talk with Iran and all that stuff. Here's my Roth IRA, $8,880.92. I did put my buying power to use. We should be crossing over that to $9,000 fairly soon. I'm not sure if it's going to be in a week or so. If we have a good performing week in terms of the market itself, we would probably cross over $9,000 this coming week because I invest $125 on a weekly basis just into my Roth IRA. And so you guys know I only hold about 3 ETFs, JEPQ, SCHG, and GDX. And what do you guys notice about my GDX? You guys question and ask me, why do I have gold or gold ETF in my Roth IRA? Here's the answer. Here's the answer. When people are fearful, they pour into assets like gold. So you guys see they taking money out of assets like tech. This is a growth ETF. This is mainly focused around tech, and they're pulling the money out. I'm below my average cost, but I still keep dollar cost averaging. I keep buying more. I'm waiting for tech to flip green, or waiting for the market to flip green, because tech is going to drive this market. Remember that. But in the meantime, while tech isn't driving the market, people are going to pour into assets that they know is safe, like gold. And that's why it's a part of my Roth IRA. I'm up $126.54, 20.32% gain. And I have other positions in the other portfolio. I'm not going to talk about that, but I had an average cost about like $70. And yeah, that thing ran up. So that's you guys questioning why I have gold in my Roth IRA. That's why it's going to be performing pretty good. I'm not saying it may be a long-term play. I may change it up a little bit. Hey, we never know. But let's go back to my DJNU Chia account, right? Because I got something interesting I want to show you guys. Well, let's talk about my SoFi position. I do have 500 shares on my DJNU Chia account, down $4,000. So about $18,000 total between my DJNU Chia account and my flipping account on SoFi. I'm really concentrating on SoFi. Like I said, I believe in this company long term. And yeah, just here are my other positions. So that what I wanted to show you guys in this portfolio is something very interesting. So you guys know I do hold some Yield Max ETFs, one of them being YMAX. And I wanted to show you guys something real interesting. So here's my position. I hold 101 shares with a market value of $869.11 with an average cost of $10.63. I'm currently down $204.35. All time on this. I only have 1.33% exposure to this ETF. But what I wanted to show you guys is the dividends. Let's go ahead and switch this up to dividends. Guys know I get paid on a weekly basis from this ETF. It's on average been being about $7. It's been going down, declining slowly. But you guys remember I was down $204 if I'm not mistaken. But let's just do the numbers, do the math, do quick math in your head. You go through all of this, what do you see? What are you seeing? What are you noticing? All of these dividend payouts add up to well over $200, which is my total return. So I'm collecting money on the house from this ETF. And it's not just this ETF, it is also, where's the other one that I wanted to show you? Was it, is it just that one? No. I have Tesla. Tesla is a yield max ETF that tracks Tesla. I'm positive $298.89, nearly $300 with an average cost of $28.68. This has been performing extremely well for me with 80 shares, mind you, right? This again also pays me out on a weekly basis in dividends. I've been getting $25 a week. Let's go ahead and change that up to dividends so you guys can see that. So this is all money on the house that I'm just collecting free and clear. Um, there's ways to make money. There's a lot of ways to make money. Now, I'm not saying everything is going to always be good when it comes to these yield max funds, because I definitely did get burned when it came to these yield max funds. But the ones um, that are still remaining in my portfolio, for the most part, are doing pretty good outside of Hui. Hui's is another example of one doing bad. So I got two dividend payouts, $22.95 and $21.92. I guess they didn't pay it out the previous week. So I'm down $2,000, $2,286.26 to be exact, down 50% on my position. And this is the ETF that tracks Hood. You guys know Hood has been performing really bad these past couple months because it's moving, you know, in unison with Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin performs good, Hood is also going to perform good. And then just the overall market just selling off. So that's why my position is pretty much down on it. But we still dollar cost averaging, reinvesting the dividends. We have drip on. And we also have been collecting dividends on consistently. Let's go ahead and change that up to dividends. It hasn't quite come up to the $2,200 that we're down, but once the market does recover and once Hood does recover, this will be net positive on that position. My PLTW position, this is the leverage ETF. This is a roundhill ETF that tracks Palantir. It's down $1,480. This also pays me weekly dividends. And you guys know I'm pretty bullish on Palantir. I have an option call on this leverage ETF that isn't performing too well. That's I pretty much doing horribly. But here's the breakdown on this, the dividends on a weekly basis. Nearly $40 this week, and then this pays us out on Tuesday. So, guys, just showing you guys some interesting things. Like I said, not all these positions are going to be net positive, but they will be net positive after a certain amount of time. And I'm not encouraging you guys to get into yield max. Just showing you something interesting. Crypto has been recovering a little bit over the weekend. Ethereum was close to like about $1,800 just a few days ago, or just a day ago. Like yeah, here it was. Just yesterday it was at $1,835. And yeah, let's go ahead and check the overall count, see what the overall count is looking like. I know we're down. So let's see, is that what the number we're sitting at? 94,000. Oh no, we dropped below 90,000, so we got $89,940. Excuse me, and it probably was less than this. Like I said, crypto started recovering a little bit slightly. Maybe some good news. Maybe this war could come to a little bit of an end. But once again, you gotta remain resilient in times like this. These are very unknown times. Don't get discouraged. You know, I was just at over $120,000. I'm at below $90,000 right now, and I'm still not discouraged. You know, I know the game. My portfolio is heavily weighted in crypto, and I'm diversifying out of crypto and stuff like that. And I'm also factoring a lot of different things to make this money back. But once we do go green, we're going to capture all that upside and also plus the gains that we're making on a weekly basis just from money that we're either getting from dividends, options trading, you know, or whatever, you know. So just trying to be creative, man. Just keep you guys head up, man. Keep your head up. Take it on the chin. You know, this is not, you know, nothing we can't handle. This ain't nothing we ain't seen before. And yeah, man, just keep investing, man. I'm trying to encourage you guys to invest. as much as you can, as young as you can. It doesn't even matter if you're young or a little bit older. I want to encourage you guys to start investing. Do not be discouraged in these times, but invest responsibly. You know, obviously you want to be responsible when you're investing and stuff like that. But yeah, if you guys felt like this was useful or helpful anyway, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your post button notifications. Remember, join up on the Discord so you get my updates, you get my trades. All of that is free to join. It's in the description below. Leave a comment down below for feedback. Anything you guys want to add, any questions that you want to ask me. And yeah, without further ado, it's Tap the One Now. And I'm signing out.